Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
Last day we talked about few of the calculations. Alright? Do you want me to do the shifted difference calculation? Did you do? I did. But the question is like I have selected in and out for that calculation. Now my question is, if I am entering time, if I select break, it will display the break block in between the two logins. Is that what it should show? It. Now what you mean is, it is shifted difference calculation, right? That's what I am asking. What is the difference? You are entering 2 shifts in a day. Shift difference means the time entered between that period of time. The in and out time. In and out time. I don't get it, like how? Time between that and enter time. Suppose we. Any hour, for example. Let's take an example. Let's take 10 am. Any hour entered between this period of time to this period of time would be considered as differential pay. Generally night shift pay or afternoon shift pay. Where workers work on a shift basis if they want to get any additional money, for example night pay. Then that comes under that kind of category shift differential, where we can see this. When we are adding the time blocks, exactly, you will see everything in the time blocks with the time calculation tag. That means between the start time and the end time. If it goes beyond these two, between these two times, like out of this, like for example 10 am to 9 pm means 9 hours or something. After 9 hours the worker need to pay. They have to pay for the worker for extra time, right? Exactly. It is a differential pay. Night shift allowance. Let's take an example. In that scenario, it will display that differential pay and we add the tag where we add this tag to the rate. We add this tag into time calculation tag. I got it, but with the earnings. At the worker level, the work tag, because he need to pay that kind of amount, right? This is the work. Now I am going to enter the time. Alright. I will enter the time. I will enter the time between the period of 10:30 to 4 am. Any of the day. What in and out time interval I am using? In and out time interval. I started my day at 9 pm, ended up at 6 am. Total 9 am. The moment you click on the block, these are background calculations. You go view details. You go to the calculated details. You see shift differential night pay. From 10:30 pm, she is getting shift differential night pay. 5 am. Because you added that start time and end time, there it will take the difference. Exactly. During that period of time, night pay allowance is given. This is the general practice. Now, for example, let's take Betty Lee has done all these and she got the shift differential pay. How she will get reimbursed this way? Like for example, it is up to payroll. You send the calculation tag to payroll. That's it. Then that is taken care of by the payer. That shift differential tag we need to add to the earnings. If you are using Workday earning, then you will have to use it in the earning code. If it is through external, everything you need to mention. What are the calculation you have done? What is it has been used? You have to mention all this. Under work tag. Calculation tag. Work tags are different. Got. Alright. These are the few calculations we have worked on. Now we are going to learn about a different calculation. In real time, we use all these whatever you are watching. In real time, whatever calculations are there, we are using all those things. Because sometimes we will use shifts, sometimes don't use. That's why I am asking. Definitely there are. In a company, there is no only one kind of a worker. There are multiple kinds of workers. Time zones also different. It depends. Mostly if they ask in interview, like how many total number of calculations you have created. You can tell I have done this, this. You can tell you have created overtime calculation, shift differential calculations. But the number count wise how many it should be. They don't ask you how many. Because just I want sometimes. Some of the calculations which we don't use is what is minimum gain. That is don't use. Override rate. Schedule deviation we don't use. These are three calculations that you will never use. I have never used. It is just for the sake of calculations, but a rare client. They don't use it. Actually, this calculation is none. Never been used. Alright. Now let's talk about a different calculation, which is holiday block create calculation. When you select holiday block, there are two things that it comes into the mind. One is the holiday is as per the federal, or pro. Alright, you can choose any of this. Use this eligibility criteria. What it will do? It will actually create the block. From your holiday calendar, that means you are working in the holiday. There is nothing like you're working on a holiday. It is actually a block that you can create, which would indicate that this is a holiday. But anyway, we are in absence, we create the holiday calendar, right? But in time tracking, you will see a block over here. This is a holiday calendar. But in order to have a holiday block, the first thing you need to have a configured holiday calendar. And it is most important. It comes in absence as well as in time tracking. Both are same, right? You need to configure both or only one. Only. It will take the data from there only. In the first place, if the holiday calendar is already mapped to employees through a B right, we just map to all these employees. In that scenario, why we need to create a block of the holiday calendar? Holiday calendar block. I am trying to relate. Who? I am just trying to relate. Holiday calendar block is basically been created in order to, like, for example, you are. There are a lot of calculation that you create. For example, a person is working on a holiday also. And there is a block generator system will evaluate that block and your current calculation which you are creating. For example, a overtime, double or any other further calculation would get work accordingly. Then that person will be entering that time block, right? In and out time block as well in the enter time. By checking that option, what you have used at your day, they can draw some checkbox. It will allow you to create that block. Exactly. Otherwise, it won't allow because it will throw the alert or something and will say that message like it is holiday. You are not allowed to work or something. the calculation tax right, which tax are related to the regular tax, because first regular will be executed according to the priority wise and next overtime. Yes, depends on the calculation challenge or what calculations you are making. You need not to cram all the calculation, that this calculation or this calculation, but depends on the calculation. But we need to set the priorities right, whatever it is. Exactly what? It depends on the situation to situation. The priority would come at the end, but the first thing, your condition would come. What is the condition that you have added? Because we added like one after the other. That's why I'm asking. That is actually fine. You add one after other, but what calculation your thought process is that it should come first. That is matter. For example, overtime was connected calculation. Correct. Shift eventually has no connection with the overtime. Correct. I can have a separate priority for that. But overtime, for overtime, double time, monthly overtime, weekly overtime, they are connected. Calculation, you need to know that was daily overtime, then weekly overtime, then monthly. Daily would have lesser number, then higher number, would be weekly, and then monthly would have the more higher number. Correct? That is something you need to figure it out. That is something when I start to that. This is the way it's been done. I have given you shift differential calculation to make up. We have done quickly. We have our conjugate holiday, something we don't work holidays. Minimum weekly hours. Yesterday we did on minimum rest calculation. It is the last of the very last of what about the time block conditional. This is something, these are where you are. You need to have calculated fields. Alright. Create a shift differential calculation in front of. Take 5 to 10 minutes and create it to push a differential calculation. We do shift differential. I just asking. We are now at the end of your discussion. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.